One of the things I think people don't necessarily understand about the audio design process is that it's equal parts art and science. And I think we've talked a little bit about the science, a lot about the science, but the process for getting them to sound just truly remarkable is it's kind of like magic. And I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about what led to the Ultra Evolution.
Yeah, magic is a good word, and I think what you said about art and science is especially apt. Because the science aspect is that we're using FEA optimized drivers. We're doing a lot in theory before it ever comes to prototype, and we're doing lots and lots of measurement. And we do measurement in an anechoic environment, which is a perfect environment. You can't hear any echoes, you can't hear any room nodes, and then you measure it, and at least mostly in theory, you're hearing only what the speaker makes. But then you spend time with an anechoically essentially perfect speaker, and we spend time in a calibrated listening room, and we're listening to the speaker with all different kinds of content, making adjustments, then measuring the response in the listening room, which is not anechoic, which is not perfect. It's there to sort of resemble what's in a user's home, right?
That's right.
And we go back and forth between listening, measuring, going back to the anechoic chamber, measuring that, coming back out to the calibrated listening room.
Yep.
And I'm there with you guys, which is probably not normal for the president of a speaker company, but it's something that I think reflects our commitment that we want to have our number one priority is the absolute best possible, most convincing, most accurate sound that we can do.
Absolutely. Yeah, the speaker design process, like you're saying, the science part will get you, 90-95% of the way there. And you can measure a speaker a million different ways that objectively measure well, but actually very few of them will actually sound good. And only a couple of them will really, nail it, bring it all home. So that's that iterative process where we get it to that point, and then we have to listen to it, remeasure it, make some changes, back and forth, back and forth. That's where the blood, sweat, and tears are.
And we do listening tests against our own speakers, but also against some of the finest speakers in the world. Not naming names, but we want to make sure we did something groundbreaking.
Yeah.
And I think part of what we've always tried to do with our speakers is bring that level of audiophile refinement, but still have the exciting dynamics, the deep bass, that sort of explosiveness that really can bring those cinematic action scenes to life. And I think as part of the voicing and tuning process for these speakers, you have to take that into account to make sure they do everything well. So I wonder if that was part of this content you're talking about, how you're building towards that. What are you doing to really ensure that they're able to have that sort of versatility to really perform well with any kind of content?
Well, this is a great point to bring up in the sense that I get asked all the time, I listen to this kind of content. I listen to music. I listen to classical music. I listen to hip hop. I listen to jazz. What's the best speakers for that? And then the other side of it is, which is a good music speaker? Which is a good home theater speaker? And we're like, gee, you have to have one for each thing you like to do? That seems sort of unfair. Or the other piece of it is, you're in this budget. Well, you can have an audiophile speaker, but it doesn't get to have any bass or any dynamics. And our vision is you get a musical, refined, accurate speaker, but it's also dynamic, it's exciting, it's great for home theater, or if you have it in a two-channel situation, it's refined and accurate and very convincing as a musical speaker. That's the vision, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, you shouldn't have to choose.
Smith, one of the priorities we've had with all of our speakers is this idea of timbre matching because of what versatility it gives the end user in terms of building a system. Talk a little bit about what we did with the Ultra Evolution series and what the benefits of timbre matching with our other speakers is.
A lot of that same voicing process that we used to tune these speakers, we've always employed. So that iterative process of listening to the speakers with different kinds of content and making sure that we're getting the right acoustic signature and sound and response from the speaker, that's always applied. And so timbre matching from the older products into the new products was definitely something we could accomplish and did accomplish.
And that means you can basically mix the new Ultra Evolution series with Prime series or with our original Ultra series and build a system. So, if you have existing products you want to add on, then that's certainly doable.
And, reality is our goal has always been acoustic neutrality. We don't want to have like, oh, that sounds like an SVS speaker. We want to have it be a speaker that is transparent, believable, convincing, and refined. And that shouldn't be something that has its own sonic signature.
Right.
And so, yeah, you can totally mix and match them in your home theater.
This is our largest and most ambitious product launch we've ever done. I mean, we're talking 7 different products that make up the Ultra Evolution series. Why don't we walk through what those models are and, why we're so excited about each individual one?
Well, you're scaring me now. But it is absolutely, it's our biggest family of products. It's very exciting to us. I mean, we had, in our Prime series, we have 2 different towers. This new Ultra Evolution series, there are 3 different towers, and they're all 3 amazing. They all 3 have the acoustically centered time alignment, cabinet architecture, and the diamond-coated tweeter, the 4 opposed woofers. So basically, it's the same level of performance, but different amounts of frequency response.
Yeah, as the towers get larger, you get higher SBL, you get higher output, and you also get deeper low-frequency extension.
And they all sound amazing. I
They
can
all sound
testify to
amazing.
that. And then there are 2 different bookshelves, our Ultra Evolution bookshelf and our Ultra Evolution bookshelf Nano or Nano,
Nano.
which is a smaller bookshelf. And then the only one that we're not calling Evolution because it's a tongue twister is our Ultra Elevation, which is our home theater multi-purpose speaker, probably mostly going to be used as a height effect speaker in really high performance Dolby Atmos systems. We didn't want to call it Ultra Evolution Elevation because you feel drunk when you're trying to say it. And then our Ultra Center speaker to finish out the lineup.
So we started talking about, why these were such an evolution from the original speakers and from any speakers we've ever made. And I can remember Larry and I just seeing them for the first time because we've been talking about these for, months and months, years actually. And the grin that broke out on both of our faces when we got to first see them and hear them, that to me was the moment. So I want to know if you guys have any thoughts before we wrap here.
Actually, to me, that was the fun part. Is when I came to Ohio and I saw Larry here with you and the excitement on your faces when you heard and saw the speakers for the first time, and I'm like, this is so cool, because really our goal was we want to be in the we're taken very seriously as a speaker brand. I know that, but we wanted these speakers to be in the conversation of the finest speakers in the world at any price. We really wanted to be in that conversation, and I really think we are, and I'm so proud of what you accomplished with your team, Smith.
Yeah, I mean, ever since I fell in love with speakers, some of the things that we've put into these speakers have been the things that I've been studying and working towards my whole career. So I can't believe that we're actually doing it.
So, I mean, that's a great way to end this. Ultra Evolution speakers are the culmination of everyone at SVS's life's work to create great sound for everyone. Thanks.
Happy listening. No, I cut that.